Good morning, traders. Welcome to Flow with the Markets Tuesday, volume 190. You know what we're going to be doing right now, having a little update on what happened yesterday, how we can adapt to the market, is there something new, and how we can flow with it the best. Because as I always keep saying, I always start this video by saying that, again, what we analyzed during the weekend, Monday opens and something completely different happens. So you're always forced to change your outlook, to change your analysis. This is why I always say that the biggest skill you can get in trading is to simply flow with the markets and listen to what it tells you. Because again, nothing is certain. We can never say this zone is gonna hold, it must hold, and the low should break. No, the market can just very simply come on and break it up. Okay, so always be reactive, not predictive. So this video is really raw. I just jump into it, have a look at the pairs, try to keep it very short, very simple. So without wasting any time, let's jump into it. Alright, as you know, we're gonna get started with a Dixie. This week, as I mentioned in the weekly outlook, we don't have a lot of news. We don't have things to be worried about. We only have CAT interest rates that I think are today. So make sure to be watching your economic calendars. So DXY, as we expected. So again, as we analyze structure, the market actually shifted bullish right there as we broke this 4-hourly lower high. And then it kind of, this is not really a break of structure. It's an invalid break of structure. So we're still technically trading between this low and this high, which is an absolutely huge range. Okay. So just looking at it logically, I mean, we're tapping inside this very nice daily supply that can definitely cause the market to go down. But usually when the daily is going to take control, the 4-hourly is also going to shift. So but in order for the 4-hourly to shift, we need to break this low, according to me. Okay, some of you might say that this is a higher low. Definitely, you could definitely take this as the case. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw a little demand right there. So I expect two things to happen. Either we hold, we come in and make a new high, grab some of this structure or liquidity right there, and then align bearish and start shorting. Okay, or we just start flushing from here, which would not be the greatest kind of thing to happen, because again, to me, this is not a valid higher low formation. So to me, the market will still be bullish trading within this range, right? So let's see. I still feel like we can definitely come in a little bit deeper. As you can see right now, a lot of people are looking at this supply, shorted. Where are their stop loss? Right there. So let's see if this one is actually going to come in to be taken. I'm very curious. And then from here, we can start getting into the shorts. So let's see. This is my count of 4-hourly outlook on the Dixie. If we just jump on the 50-minute time frame, you can see, yes, so we had like a high. The market made a high. It broke it with a trend change. And then since then, we have been making lower highs and lower lows. Really bearish open. Really bearish. I don't know why this morning, like everything is pumping, and then the DXY is dropping. So let's see if this one is gonna go. I personally think we can definitely hold from this level and then come to seek this liquidity to the upside. But again, if we just continue to trend to the downside, I mean, if we just continue making higher lows and lower highs and lower lows, well, we keep shorting. Right, simple as that. So let's see. I mean, Tuesday, as Paul used to say, they're like Easter eggs. You don't know what to expect, as Mondays are, right? So let's see how it's gonna go. This is definitely a great kind of positioning for the weekly high, right? Because again, the weekly candle opened, it pushed up, it made a beautiful wick, and it tapped into supply. So I can also safely say that the market could drop right now. So again, don't predict too much. Don't say, it's gonna come in, it's gonna tap the daily demand, a supply, and then it's gonna drop. No, if it keeps dropping from here, and if the 50-minute time frame is absolutely killing it to the downside, you follow this. Okay, so that's my outlook on the Dixie. Nothing very in specific. Again, I'm just curious to see if we're gonna continue rolling to the downside, or if we're gonna come in to take out more liquidity and then potentially make the alignment. So again, watch out for that. Euro USD. Let's see what we forecasted. As we said, I still have my trades on right there. Let me just quickly remove them. As we said, there was a break of structure to the upside. There was a break of structure to the downside. And as I told you, usually when you get that first push, don't expect a 50% pullback. I was even drew like a very big pullback, but I remember explicitly I stated, don't wait for a big pullback. And again, what happened is we actually created an kind of a break of structure right there. Not perfect, but then the market kind of broke. It gave us a little bit of a pullback that actually came in and took out this high, a little bit as liquidity, and then it just dropped, right? So similarly right now to the DXY, we're tapping inside daily demand and we're reacting from it, okay? So of course we can draw like a little bit of a 4-hourly supply right there as the market is currently seeking that 4-hourly supply. And yeah, I mean the 4-hourly is bearish right now. And again, as you know, I only listen to the 4-hourly time frame. Again, if I'm wrong, well, why am I going to be wrong in taking a short? Well, because the daily is bullish. Perfectly fine. Okay. So let's see how my short bias is going to play out. So what I like right now is that we are heavily bullish. There was a set and forget entry right there. For those of you who watch the entry strategy, there is your trade. Boom, massively running. And yeah, right now we're pulling back towards this 4-hourly supply. And if you also drop like a little zone right there, premium discount, we just went above the 50%. So what I would really love to see is for the 50-minute time frame to align bearish in order for me to take a short, because right now the last structure break is here. And technically you should be looking for longs from here. Okay, but the deeper the market gets, the lower the probability of a long trade becomes. Why? Well, because we're pulling back into 50%, we're tapping into supply, we're filling in all of this imbalance right there. So we can definitely start expecting the market to reverse. What I would love to see is a pullback, high, and then a trend change, and then to go short. Okay. I again personally think, like, if you just look at this correction, we have moved quite a bit. Like we made, like, even from here, the last time we broke, it was like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 waves, right? 8 9, that becomes way too much. So you have to be aware that anytime soon we can start shifting down. So let's see. Not a great positioning right now to be taking neither shorts nor longs. Why? Well, because longs, we're already above 50%, so you don't want to keep longing. Well, of course, you can keep longing as long as you're wrong, right? You can definitely long, and if you get a stop loss from your 50-minute zone, then that is a trend change, so you got to go short right now, right? But if you really want to increase your win rate, right now you should be looking for shorts with the 4-hourly trend. And again, a short is going to come in when you have a 50-minute trend change. So again, nothing great right now, patiently waiting from it. Yesterday, no trades were taken. I was looking for a short trade after we grabbed the liquidity. The market aligned bearish, but it's kind of stopped right there. And you could have dropped to a lower time frame to look for an entry. I mean, it was above the 50%, but personally, I waited for a zone to tap right there, and it didn't tap, and then it went without me, which is, I mean, it's perfectly fine, right? Missed trades. So that's your USD. Bearish bias on 4H, bullish on 50-minute. You decide. You either follow the 50-minute until you're wrong, or you wait for a bearish TC to go short. Euro yen, let's see that if that bullish flow is continuing to go on. Well, yeah, we had a little bit of a pullback again as expected. We had well, first we opened, we pushed up, then we pushed down. Right now it looks like it wants to carry on to the upside towards that weak high. Did we kind of pull back towards the 50%? Yes, we did. Where's my yep, there it is. So 50% tapped, boom. We're continuing to go higher. How you could have traded this: as soon as we tap the 50%, you look for an alignment, which happened, yeah, so to me happened right here, happened right there. Demand, tap, came in again during Asia. So if you took a long trade and you went break even, you get stopped at break even, and that is when the trade goes, right? It always happens like this. So right now we just broke the Asian high, which is not ideal, but this is what caused the break. So if I'm looking for anything, I'm going to be looking for a pullback trade right now. Entry setup, you can do set and forget or precision entry, and then you go for the high right there. Definitely bullish. I mean, we have to double check UJ, if UJ is also maintaining that very nice bullish momentum. So let's see. Massive trending Asia, nice corrective pullback. So this is like 1 2 3. If you can get 4 and then 5 way towards the weak high, that would be great. Okay, so bullish bias on Euro yen. That's my setup, waiting for a pullback. And if it makes a higher low, then a higher high, then keep following it. Okay, follow your new ranges. Don't wait for the previous ones. So there's the outlook on EJ. Hopefully it continues to go up. Aussie dollar. Yeah, so Aussie dollar, again, as we mentioned, according to valid structure, again, we can either have like a reaction and then a break, or like tapping deep into the zone and a bullishness. So we're having definitely the bullishness. And I mean, yeah, this is like the daily zone, but there is a 4-hourly zone. So Aussie dollar was I think it was the only pair that actually did not shift bearish on the 4H. There's the 4-hourly break, there's the 4-hourly demand, strong low, chopped a little bit, and right now look at it impulsing to the upside. So really bullish. My main question is, okay, are we gonna head from here all the way up there? Or are we just gonna react and then break? Okay, so if you want my two scenarios, there they are. Those are the macro scenarios. We're either just gonna react and then massively break, or we're just gonna continue pushing towards the week high, which is right now here. But just looking at the overall sentiment of the other pairs, I do think that Aussie dollar should follow up with the bearishness, but let's not try to predict too much. Yesterday, nice short trade in New York session, but again, you don't want to be shorting into a 4-hourly demand zone. Okay, so we're in a 4-hourly demand zone. The market is about to turn bullish, but again, you got a nice short. Then the market aligned bullish right here, chopped for a little bit, and right now it's it's nicely pumping. So just as I did my morning analysis, there is the push. There is kind of another range being created right now. You can definitely try to long from this demand zone, although it's very not entirely nice. Let's see if we actually got a setup. Yeah, you could have definitely entered with a swing trade. Did below 50%. Yeah, where's the 50%? Yeah, I mean, you could have sniped a little trade right there. Stop loss looks a little bit big. Like, just looking at the positioning, I would have loved to have a deeper tap, to have a tight stop loss, so then at least I have like a 1 to 3 towards the high. Right, but that is a setup you could be running right now. Again, not ideal. I don't trade Aussie dollar, but definitely valid according to the rules. Let's see how it works out. If it comes in again deeper and takes this low, takes all of these lows, then that is going to be a better entry. Okay, that is going to be a better entry. And again, keep in mind, we made a pretty big push right now. So usually what the market does nowadays in this choppy trading conditions, it shifts to the downside for a little bit and then it starts expanding. Why does it do this? In order to grab liquidity, because it cannot keep pushing forever. It has to reverse down. It has to trick some sellers into the market, right? It has to stop all the buyers, and then that is when it starts going. So again, be mindful of this, but this is our last higher low formation. So as long as we stay above it, you can definitely go long and try it out. And then if we get a TC down, then of course, as I told you, you can even try to take a short. But as soon as we align bullish, you can go long. Why? Well, because of the 4-hourly trend is bullish. But again, as I said, trying to make a prediction or just this is purely based on speculation and just sentiment. We've seen all the other pairs move down. The only pair that did not was the Aussie, and usually if a lot of pairs do, if one hasn't done something, it's gonna follow up. So again, let's see. Look at that. Beautiful bullishness on AJ. So again, we had a forecast. It's either breaks the high and then shifts down, or it either pulls back and then goes long. So again, as I keep telling you, on the 4-hourly time frame, you do not always need a 50% pullback. I don't even draw zones on the 4-hourly time frame anymore. Why? Because I just follow with a 15-minute. So we pull back right there, right? We pull back right there, and if I get a bullish alignment, I'm just gonna smash the long trade. Okay, so let's see. So yeah, we kind of broke up here. The market reacted. So maybe you take a long from here, and then you get a stop loss, and then that is when the market aligned. That's the zone. No tap, break, a little bit late right there. And yeah, I mean, you could have gotten some long trades right there, right here, maybe again stopped out of break even. So again, don't rush, right? Don't rush. There's no way to rush. You're gonna get it. But again, right now the tricky part is that we made a new, if I just remove everything, we made a new high. What's the higher low? Right there. That's the higher low. And right now we're at a higher high. So again, actually shorts are high probability right now because we can be pulling back into 50% on the voyage. Okay, so look at the 50-minute. It just took out Asian high, so liquidity is taken. That is where we broke up, and yeah, this is our demand. I mean, if I just ask you guys, does this look good? I mean, does this make sense? Would you actually trade this one? I'm probably not, right? It's so sloppy. It didn't really make any pushes, so you can be looking. I mean, just look at the 1 minute. Usually what you're gonna have on the 1 minute is a nice impulse and then a correction, and then you get your entry right there. It's not a nice impulse right there. So I get a feeling this one might turn bearish. Took out Asia high. Easily you can then target like the beginning of Asian low, something like this, and then from here look for an alignment, because at that time we would have pulled back a little bit on the voyage, because that's the 4-hourly low, that's the 4-hourly high. Exactly right there is the 50%, so you can ride the market bearish until we tap right there. So let's see, that's my outlook on AJ. Kind of trying to call a short in a bullish market, but again, I'm we're at the top right now, so you can definitely take a long from here, but I just hate this long. I wouldn't take this. I wouldn't take this, and probably on the Aussie too. Although the Aussie looks a little bit better, but it's kind of the same. So that's the Aussies, right? That's the Aussies. Definitely bullish right now, especially AJ, but AJ needs a pullback towards the 50%. NU. So NU, yeah, as you can see, NU broke structure and it continued to drop again. So one of my outlooks was to have a little pullback and then to short it, but no, the market opened, boom, lower low. That's good, right? That's good. So did we have any sort of, yeah, we can say that this one was kind of valid, and then the high is here. So yeah, technically the market came on, took massive liquidity. So this one right there is massive low. Do we have anything? Ooh. So guys, this one collected a lot of liquidity, right? So when we break, like we had a, so if you just carefully look at it, we had this major low, and also this major low right there. So lots of liquidity is taken. And again, as you can see, massive reaction. I would even expect the 4-hourly time frame to align bullish right now. So that's where we're gonna align bullish on the 4H. If you drop to the 15 minutes, you can see, so like after, where did all my lines go? Is this yesterday? No, that's Friday. So yesterday again, could have taken a short. So we kind of had Asia, took out Asia, aligned bearish right there. But again, unfortunately, similar to EU, it just chopped around and then it dropped and then a little pullback and then it dropped again. So not a really textbook short trade. And again, that's perfectly fine. That is where we aligned bullish. There we break structure up again, higher low. And right now it's massively pumping. It's massively pumping. This is not valid. It's a valid demand. But it's not a valid higher low, so the higher low is here. So this is how we look right now. I mean, it's absolutely massively pushing up right now. So I mean, you can definitely kind of follow it, something from here. I would personally prefer like to trade from this bigger zone. So just simply remove this and trade from this. If you want to make it bigger, there's the whole sell to buy that actually calls the break, right? So if you come in right there, you can look for a trade and then targeting like the 4-hourly liquidity area, which is supposed to be a strong high. But again, I just think a lot of liquidity nowadays because I continue to realize how important liquidity is, right? So we took out massive sell side, it's gonna seek the buy side, right? So let's see, that is NZD, no setup right now. I would either be looking for a long trade right there or maybe like for a new range, or high, and then continue to follow it. Of course, it can just plummet. It can just plummet to the downside, although I don't think so. But again, flow with the markets. This is what we have currently. This is how I look at the market right now. Definitely no trades so far for this morning that are catching my eye. NJ as well, kind of similar to AU. Bullish, higher low, taps inside, consolidates, manipulates, initiates outside. Next target would be this high. Dropping onto the 15 minutes. Yeah, yesterday, again, you could have taken a short. Broke up, broke down. There is your short. Then it came in down. Then that is where we aligned bullish TC. Then there is your long trade, which happened. It happened at 16:30. Definitely US session. You could have definitely traded that. And yeah, since then it has been rolling up. There's the last break of structure. What caused it? It's this. So again, similar to, I think similar to NU. Yeah, we take this whole zone. And yeah, so again, the bad thing about this one is that we are pulling back, right? We're kind of in the middle of nowhere. Usually where you want to go long is right there. Where you want to go short is right there. You usually in the middle, if you are find yourself in the middle right now, as we are exactly right now, if you just draw this zone, 50%, you are pretty much above 50% and you want to be buying below 50. And what is going to happen right now is like the market, usually when you get into a high trade like this, it's going to come in, stop you out, come in a little bit deeper, and that is going to give, and then it's going to give you the entry. So be careful, but there it is. That's the setup, last break of structure, last demand area. Two things could happen. Either pull back, give us a long, right now, break up, give us a long, or of course the third thing is just to smash to the downside, which again, always include kind of the worst case scenario, something that you think is not going to happen or is less likely to happen. That is usually what happens, right? That's the market. So that's how I look at the market right now. Again, push phase, looking for that pullback. Let's have a look at the USDN. Yeah, USDN just rocketed to the upside, broke the 4-hourly highs. You can take this one as a higher low formation, right? According to me, it's not perfect. I want to see more candles of pullback right there. We're tapping inside this massive weekly zone, but again, the 4-hourly time frame is just bullish right now. I am going to take this. as demand. And the 50-minute right now is probably bearish. Yeah, look at this manipulation. Range, took out the low, took out the high, right? And then aligned bearish. So, I mean, this looks like a textbook short setup right now, but it's just that the short setup really sucks. I wish it provided kind of a cleaner setup, right? Just look at my chart on the other side. Broke down. Well, technically your supply is here and you could be looking to take a short, but the 1 minute is probably gonna be looking like crap. Well, there's a short. I mean, it's not so crap, and you can place a safe stop loss and you could be running into a trade right now. So yeah, you can see that's the break. Came in, high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. No, this is not a higher high, right? So technically your TC is here, broke down. What caused the break? Boom, retest, go, right? And I mean, if you just go 3R, there is your trade. So again, even in the shittiest of price action, if you know how to draw your ranges, if you know what valid lower highs and higher lows are, you still get the trades. So let's see, I would expect for the market to make a new lower low right there. And if it continues to make a new lower low, then look for another pullback, lower high, right? So right now, this trade definitely looks like it's gonna run. Well, wrong language, right? It can just reverse right now and hit stop loss, right? So if you break below, that's the new supply, pull back into supply, wait for your setup, and then of course take it even deeper into the demand zone. There's lots of imbalance to fill right there. Probably the market is going to come in and chop for a little while before it makes a move to the upside. So again, shorts are high probability right now on UJ, which does not make a lot of sense for all the JPYs we covered so far, because the majority of them are kind of long. But why are they long? Because of their USD pair, right? So let's see. USD CAT. Let's see what USD CAT is doing. Well, oh yeah, I drew two kind of ranges. So we are 50% on the big one is here, 50% we're already above. And yeah, I mean, we pushed up, and then I expect shorts on UCAT overall because it's just very bearish. It's kind of in this complex correction right now, like high, higher, low, higher, high. But again, this is not valid. This is not, this is the high, this is the low. Or even like you can take this is the high if you really want to be conservative. So dropping on the 15-minute, yeah, yesterday kind of spiked into the lows, broke up, maybe, yeah, look at that. I mean, that is a massive long right there. So kind of took out Asian low, created a trend change right there. It did not pull back towards this, but then it broke up here. What caused the break? Look at that trade, man. I have to start trading UCAT, but it moves in US session and I don't want to trade US, but massive trade right there. Probably set and forget because it did not offer you a 1 minute entry, or maybe it did. Yeah, not really. No. So right now, massive impulse looks like a correction. So what we have right now is a very choppy price. That is where we broke structure to the downside. Let me double check if I'm valid. Yes. So whoop, there is a TC down there. So that's the last break. And again, you can see like it started to really badly chop around. It kind of wicked down, then it wicked up. Yeah, man, this is just not good. All right, so I'm just not gonna look at this. I mean, you can try to force something right there, but you don't want to force this. Like, if you just transfer in the 1 minute and you see this, you don't trade this. So personally, I'm gonna be waiting on UCAT. I mean, wait for another clean break and then a retest for short, or wait for a nice trend change to go long with the current overall kind of sentiment, because yesterday's sentiment was bullish. We had this nice push, we had this nice pullback. I'm not sure if this is enough to make a lower high and continue to drop to the downside. Maybe it is, we don't know. Maybe it's gonna come into the supply, we don't know. Okay, so as I keep saying, volatile time frame is bearish. So if you get any shorts, well, that is high probability. Unfortunately, right now we don't have any shorts. So again, I'm gonna be looking for something better. And again, keep in mind, UCAT works great in US session. So if you get like a short on US session, that could be definitely high probability. So let's see UCAT, skipping it for now, just way too choppy. GU starts with a massive run. We had some news this morning. Let's see what my outlook is. So this is daily demand. It's holding so far. I had expecting a pullback in a short, or just to come in deeper and then to start taking longs. Okay, kind of close. The thing is, yeah, we can say that this is your major lower high. It's not a very valid one. I mean, we're still trading between this high and this low, so the market could be seeking to pull back. Okay, so that could be a good opportunity to take some long trades. And you can see yesterday, kind of Asia, took out Asia, took out Asia low, took out this, and right now it's probably gonna come in and take out this. Like, this is why I don't like trading GU, because it works great with liquidity. And if you're great with liquidity, you can crush this pair, right? Took out Asia high, take a short. Took out Asia low, take a long. Took out this high, take a short. Took out this low, take a long, right? That's how it pretty much works out, and it doesn't respect structure. What is happening right now is we are bullish. And yeah, we're just bullish. I mean, this is the last valid higher low, right? This one is not, and we just keep pushing up. So no trades. I mean, no trades. I wouldn't go into a short trade. It's gonna be way aggressive. Short trade, if it breaks the high, breaks the low, and then it makes a bearish trend change, right? Long trade, it's too high. You gotta wait for some sort of a pullback, or you gotta wait for the market to make a higher low, higher high, and then come to retest. Right, so that's your two scenarios on GU. Keeping it very simple, no trades right now. All the pairs are impulsing, so you gotta wait for something to happen. Okay, simple. DJ. My thumbnail got destroyed. I mean, again, this looked perfectly. Follow breakup, follow breakdown. We grab liquidity on the left, and this one looked really nice. Came in, reacted, reacted. It kind of tried to really react, but at the end, it broke. Right? So if I just remove everything, that is where we break up right now, taking massive liquidity once again. And then if we just go to the 15-minute, yeah, I mean, took out Asia, took out the low, took out the high, similar to GU, right? Similar to GU, but you've seen that, again, if GU is really bullish, then the JPY pairs are failing to go down, right? So this is why I don't trade JPYs, because they're too dependent on USDN and on, for example, on the GBP USD. So what we have right now is took out Asian high, and this is the last valid higher low formation. So if you want to take a long, then there is your long trade. So this one looks good right now. It's one of the pairs that are actually giving a kind of a setup right now. But again, keep in mind, right? So if you just think logically, the market just took the 4-hourly high. I didn't draw my 4-hourly range. So 4-hourly range, you can take it from here. You can take it from there. I mean, you choose, but again, just to make it logical, the market just pushed, it's gonna make a 4-hourly pullback. Okay, so taking a long exactly at this highest place right there, not a great idea. Can you take it? Yes. If you get a stop loss, cool, stop loss, enter a short, and then ride it towards like the higher low formation on the 4H. So that's GJ. Okay, that's GJ. It could be providing a long setup right now. Make sure to wait for good confirmation, because we're very high in the range and we can be having a 4-hourly pullback. Euro GBP, I never look at this. Gold. So gold, very nice on gold. I mean, as I told you, first break, don't expect a big pullback. I mean, I drew this, but again, it didn't tap. Pullback, massive drop. Lovely. It actually took out the daily low as well. You can see just wicked it a little bit. So if I remove everything, that's the last break of structure. That should be the strong high. That should be the strong low. Sorry, the weak low that's supposed to be taken. The 50-minute right now is in a very nice pullback phase. So the question is, okay, where is it gonna stop? Well, it just took out Asia high, right? There was a supply right here. Took out that supply. So for people that shorted right there, you can see shorted people, boom. Liquidity grab. Right now, the 50-minute is bullish. If you want to take a short trade, wait for it to get bearish and then take a short. Or if you want to if you think that the market is going to continue pushing higher, maybe pull back into this hourly supply, then of course you can definitely take a long. So two situations on gold, long or short. There it is. Simple. So right now, we just got to wait. Indices, tricky once again. I mean, indices are very tricky. Yesterday just chopped during Asia. Kind of London provided a short right there. Unfortunately, did not provide a 1-minute entry, and I don't do swings on US 30. US session was absolute disaster right there. It didn't do anything much. So 4-hourly time frame, technically here it turned bearish. The market pulled back into supply, but it failed to push lower. Then right now it comes in and takes it out as liquidity. So I'm really curious to see, okay, what is going to happen right now. So we're still in this supply. We grabbed liquidity from yesterday. This whole price action right there is liquidity. We grabbed it and we're still moving bullish. Okay. The last higher low is this. The last valid one is this, right? So that's the strong low. Oops. So in order for me to take a short, I need a 15-minute trend change. So is it gonna happen like that? Or is it gonna happen like this, higher high, and then break of the higher low? I don't know, right? But again, I am staying away from indices until I get a clear direction. And just for me to make sense, because sometimes it just doesn't make sense. And if it doesn't make sense, you just don't trade, right? So that's US 30 right now, patiently waiting. Nasdaq, no trades for me. I just don't trade this pair at all. I mean, yeah, you can trade it at New York if you wish to get some like quick scalps. But to me, it's absolute range right now on the 4H. So I'm waiting for something right there. S&P is similar to Nasdaq, but also a little bit similar to US 30. I mean, it's broke structure up. That is the higher low. It pulls back higher low, and right now it's kind of trying to push up. So it looks more bullish than it looks bearish. Yesterday, very nice. I mean, yesterday kind of took out Asia high, and then it massively started trending down. So if you were doing trend following, there's a short, right? Pushes down, breaks down, massive breakup, massive push. It just caused the break of the high. So what caused it? Again, similar to all the other pairs, it's this right now. So if you want to take a long, then take a long. It's good. Or you can cause a break of structure and then continue to follow the new range. Okay, so that's S&P. Okay, so we're to the end. Look at that guy. Woof. So I told you guys, if it pulls back right there, you can take the dip. It came in and definitely pushing up. So yeah, crypto is getting crazy right now. I mean, if you just think about the psychology, a lot of people are looking at this massively pushing up right now. So everybody's going FOMO, trying to buy. And this is why we have like consolidation, spikes, and then buys. Consolidation, spike, and then buy. So definitely good time to look into it. But be very careful as well. Okay, so guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Hopefully you enjoyed the outlook. I mean, we don't have anything textbook right now, so I'm probably not gonna be trading right now. Just EU just pushing. I mean, the JPYs are giving some longs. AU, there we go, as I told you, kind of got us a stop loss. Not a great trade. So if you right now, maybe if you get a long trade, that would be definitely your best bet, because your stop loss is gonna be way safer. You can see AJ, as we predicted, actually caused the TC. So it's a good time to maybe look for a short trade right there. NU just pumps, NJ pumps, right? UJ nicely broke the low. So right now you can be looking for a pullback trade, right? UCAT just continues to drop, and the GBPs are right now pumping as well. So nothing too much to look at. And gold needs to align bearish so we can take a short. So that's from me, guys. Wishing you a very successful week ahead. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. Better on email, support@tradingfanatic.com. And see you on my next video. Have a crushing week and talk to you soon.